There are places on Earth where the cold is not just a temperature, it's a presence. A quiet, invisible force that shapes everything it touches. In Yakutia, winter is not an event, it is eternity. At 71 degrees Celsius, the world moves differently. Sound travels slower, breath vanishes before it meets the air. Metal breaks, rivers freeze into silence, and time itself feels like it has stopped to listen. Yet in this vast, unmoving wilderness, life continues not in defiance, but in acceptance. To live here is to learn the language of stillness, is to wake each morning and face the same impossible truth that the cold is stronger than you, faster than you, older than you, and yet, somehow, you survive alongside it. There is no drama here, no spectacle of struggle, only endurance, shaped over generations, woven into daily rituals so ordinary they seemed sacred. This is Yakutia, a land where silence reigns, and humanity whispers back. The day begins long before the sun remembers to rise. The sky glows faintly blue, as if light itself is reluctant to enter this frowning world. Inside a small cabin, a man opens his eyes to darkness. His first thought isn't about dreams or plans, it's about the fire. The embers have faded during the night, and it must be burned before the cold seeps through the walls. In this land, the line between life and death is as thin as the flame he guards. He moves slowly, every motion careful. The floor creaks beneath his boots. Frost traces every window, painting delicate white veins that shimmer in the dim light. When he opens the door, the outside rushes in, a wall of air so sharp it stings the lungs. The sky is vast, colorless, eternal. He steps out, and the snow sighs under his weight. The world feels both empty and infinite. Each breath he takes is visible proof of existence. In Yakutia, even the act of breathing feels profound, a reminder that life here is not guaranteed. He heads toward the river, though it hasn't flowed for months. The ice is thick as stone, ancient and unclear. With each swing of the axe, shards of frowning water scatter like diamonds, catching the faint light of dawn. Beneath the surface, the water still moves, hidden and slow. It's a mirror of life here, unseen, but constant. Back in the village, smoke curls upward from chimneys, vertical lines connecting earth and sky. There are no colors here, only gradients of blue and white, interrupted by small bursts of orange from the stoves. The streets are quiet, even dogs bark softly, as if the cold could break their voices. At the small market, everything stands still. Frowning fish, frowning fruit, frowning faces. People trade goods with gloved hands, speaking in short bursts, conserving breath. There's no room for idle talk. Every word must have purpose, every gesture, meaning. And yet, beneath this quiet economy of motion, there's something deeply human, a shared understanding that no one survives here alone. The cold teaches unity, it teaches patience, it teaches respect. In Yakutia, arrogance dies faster than fire. Those who ignore the rhythm of nature don't last long. Far from the village, in the open tundra, a herder tends to his reindeer. The animals move like shadows through the snow, their breath rising in pale clouds. The herder watches the horizon, his face hidden beneath layers of fur. There's no sound, only the crunch of snow beneath hooves, the low hum of wind across the valley. For hours, he moves in silence. There are no clocks here, no schedules. Time follows the sun or the absence of it. Out here, you stop counting hours and start counting heartbeats. The herder doesn't fight the cold, he understands it. Works within it, as if it were a partner rather than an enemy. This is the unspoken philosophy of Yakutia, coexistence over conquest. When he returns home, night has already begun to fall. The horizon burns with faint streaks of pink and violet, the last colors of the day before the stars arrive. Inside, his family sits close to the fire. The room glows with the soft pulse of warmth, a fragile sanctuary against the endless dark outside. Dinner is simple: bread, soup, tea, but here, simplicity tastes like luxury. Every bite, every swallow, every sheer glance is an act of gratitude. They speak little, not because there's nothing to say, but because the silence feels sacred. In Yakutia, words are used carefully. They are sparks, not smoke. Later, when the children sleep and the wind softens, he steps outside. Above him, the sky comes alive. The northern lights ripple like silk, waves of green and violet drifting across the blackness. The world below is frozen solid, but the heavens dance in motion. For a moment, it feels as if the earth itself breathes again. He stands there, unmoving, eyes lifted. The aurora paints his face in shifting colors. In that moment, he feels small but not insignificant. He is part of something vast, something timeless. The cold no longer feels cruel. It feels honest. As the night deepens, the world returns to stillness. The fire inside his home dwindles. The last sparks fade into embers. Outside, the stars sharpen like ice, and the snow glows faintly under their light. The temperature falls lower than thought can measure, but inside, warmth lingers. Not the warmth of fire, but of spirit. This is the paradox of Yakutia. The colder it gets, the stronger the heart becomes. Every day, here is a dialogue between man and nature. Spoken without words, it is not a fight for dominance, it's a pact. The people don't resist the cold. They honor it. They live within its rhythm, finding beauty in its brutality, meaning in its silence. In a world that never stops, Yakutia reminds us what stillness feels like and why we need it. It reminds us that endurance isn't about power, but about patience. That strength isn't always loud, and that sometimes survival is simply choosing to stay, to keep breathing, to keep believing that life, even in its quietest form, is enough. As if 21 degrees Celsius, where everything else freezes, the human spirit burns brightest. If this story touched something in you, share it. Let its quiet warmth travel beyond the frost. Leave a comment and tell us what stillness means to you. And subscribe for more journeys like this, stories of endurance, silence, and the fragile, unyielding strength of life itself. Because in the end, Yakutia isn't just a place, it's a mirror reflecting what it truly means to be alive.